Okay, so we're going to be making the filling. We're going to make shrimp dumplings tonight. And we're going to chop the white and green parts very thoroughly. And, remember the knife is sharp. Use your knuckles. And I'm using 2 onions. Okay, 2 spring onions, also known as green onions where I come from. Some people call them scallions. They're just young onions that haven't grown into being big onions. And I need a little bowl for them. Because I'm going to be chopping stuff like ginger and water chestnuts. Water chestnuts come in a can here. They always have. And I don't really see a reason not to use them, but I need around a 1/4 cup of them. Notice I chopped my finger earlier, so that made me very happy, as you can imagine. We're just gonna go slowly with the chop. Turn them over so there's a base with the chop. And I need around a 1/4 cup of these. The safest way is not to do it on a surface that is moving. Okay, so I don't know. It's kind of between a rough chop and a fine chop. I guess that means it's a medium chop. Because this is going into the dumpling, I'm gonna say more fine than medium. Okay, that's probably the right amount. And there's a bit of a green onion on there. No big deal. You know what? I'm not sure that's enough. Okay. I have 0.88 pounds of shrimp, including the tails. That's less than a pound. One might start out with a pound. I have the zest of 2 lemons, quite large ones. And that should be around 2 tablespoons. I have a thumb sized, well, I don't really care if you're gonna mock me for using thumb size, but that's how we measure fresh ginger in cooking. And we skin it. And I usually use a carrot peeler for this, but I'm not bothered at the moment because I just cut myself and I couldn't give a shit. Anyway, so, and also people are annoying me. So we're just gonna get the skin off this 1.5-inch piece of ginger, and we're gonna mince it. And this is how you do it. Use your knuckles against the blade so you don't injure yourself like I did just a couple of minutes ago. I mean, I really injured myself. It's like a 1/2-inch deep cut into my thumb because I was wasn't paying attention, and people were aggravating me with their little whiny complaints and telling me how I shouldn't complain about having to pay to upload my videos. That really pissed me off. There's only one thing I do with my phone. Anyway, so that's the ginger. That's the lemon. The skin goes in the waste bin. That doesn't really feel like. I'll just do one more nut. Water chestnut. I'll have to be looking for special reasons to use the rest of the can, but that will go in a sealed container into the fridge. Okay, la la la. And then we'll do this. 2 green onions chopped. We'll add the rest of the scallop, water chestnuts. Those are gonna bring some crunch and a little water. I want a tablespoon of cornstarch. That's gonna kind of meld things together. And 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. After that, okay. Oh look, I have so much more water chestnut not to waste. I have my egg here. You only really need half an egg white. So let's check out how I do half an egg white. I just cut the top off, and I'm going to use my hands, and that's enough egg white. Okay, that's about 3/4 of an egg white. I think that'll be fine. I'll get rid of all this, and the next thing I'll do is I have defrosted my deveined raw shrimps. I'll have to take the tails off, and then I'll use this same chopping block to make, cut them into little morsels, and then we'll whisk it all up together with the other ingredients. Chop, chop, chop. I'm just chopping up the deveined, washed, and shelled shrimps here. Hello. We're gonna get small chunks in the end, and I'm going to dry these off before putting them in the marinating sauce. This is the last bunch. Recipe calls for 1 pound. I have 0.88 pounds. Reason being, comes in kilograms here. Okay, so you want to just you want to line up the shrimps a bit, and then use the chopping tool that we use for vegetables, and get it into little, well, I wouldn't call these bite-sized pieces. I call this a rough chop. You could also chop it finer, but I would not chop it in a food processor because you just get a paste. Okay. We're gonna dry it out with a paper towel, like this, and get all the extra moisture out. In the meantime, and that's because we want the flavorings to stick, we're gonna stir up the soy, starch, ginger. Feels so good. I'm just gonna get as much of this mixed up. The soy, starch, ginger, scallions, and water chestnuts blended together, and then we're going to put it all in together, voila, and just put it in there like that, and then we're gonna mix it up so that the flavor is distributed, and I can get on with my kimchi sauce. But we have this mixture. Looks really good. If it doesn't look good, it's not gonna taste good. That's my theory. It's not really my theory alone. Okay, so we'll come back and make the kimchi sauce. I'll plastic wrap that and put it in the fridge. Okay, folks, the filling, the shrimp filling, is marinating in the fridge, and now we're gonna make the kimchi sauce. I think I need, well, the fork will do. We have 1 clove minced garlic, try to get it all out there. We have 2 scallions chopped finely, green and light green parts and white parts. Take the time to chop everything. You want everything to go in. We're gonna do 1/2 cup of Greek yogurt. This is Liberté, and it's quite lovely. I guess that feels like 1/2 cup. Let's get it all out. Okay, Liberté Grec. Then we're going to do we're going to do a tablespoon of lemon. I'm using these, gorgeous lemons that came from my friend Eileen in California. And they're quite sweet, so why not use them? So I'm just going to squeeze 1/2 of one in. That's going to keep things fresh. And also a tablespoon of soy. I'm leaving the main ingredient to the end because, soy. Oh, okay. Because it's the kimchi. So I need to stir this up a bit before I take out, because all the good stuff is on the bottom. Kimchi is basically fermented cabbage. I need a better device than the sharp knife because it's cutting into the plastic. I'm just going to stir this up a bit, and then we're going to mince it. All right, so let's say we need 2 tablespoons of it. That looks like 2 tablespoons. And we're going to put that in the fridge right away. It's fermented. It's not like it's going to go bad, but I prefer to keep it refrigerated. And we're just going to chop this finely. and try to get these things out of your way. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, 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 chop. I'd say that's finely chopped. Let's do a little more. Let's see big pieces. And then we put that in there. That's the star of the show. We're gonna do a pinch of salt. The soy is salty. Just gonna do a finger of kosher salt. And we're gonna do a nice finger, 2 fingers of freshly ground black pepper. We're gonna stir this up. And that's our dipping sauce for the delicious. Ooh, that's gonna be good. It's gonna be a little bit spicy, but a little bit cooling for our shrimp rolls. I think we call them dumplings, but they're cylindrical, so I guess you might want to call them rolls. But I'm gonna do those tomorrow while everything sets and the flavor sets. I'll just do a little test. That's really good. That's perfectly seasoned. Oh man, that's gonna be great. Okay, see y'all tomorrow. Okay, so here we are. We're going to fill our shrimp and chive. Well, they're not chives, they're spring onions. And our shrimp dumplings. We're gonna take our first sheet here. We're gonna put it on a clean surface. And we're gonna use warm water for the edges. And we're going to put a tablespoon of the minced shrimp and water chestnut filling in the center. We're gonna wrap the bottom over the top using our fingers to press. And then we're gonna keep going like a cigar and press down the edges. And we're gonna do that until the filling is complete. I'm checking to see if these are singles. They look like it. I have my wet kitchen towel, as is customary, because we don't want this to dry out. And this is the time when you really need, I don't have a crimper machine. We're using an all-hand method, and we're gonna lay the filling out, and a tablespoon appears to work perfectly. Fold over the first half, and then roll, and then press the ends. So they're like little pressed cigars. And I'm gonna keep them moist with these. I'm told that I can get 35 dumplings out of this mixture. And I think I can. It might be more, because you know these are quite dainty little things. So I'll keep doing this until I've used all the filling. I have enough wrappers to do more than 35, because I got new wrappers, wonton wrappers. So I'm going to endeavor to make them all like that perfect one, keeping them moist. Okay, water just at the edges, about 1/8 of an inch. Add the I'm gonna mix this up, make sure we get all the good stuff. Probably a little too much there. And then, oh wow, the seasonings in there. And the lemon, you can smell the lemon. That's really nice. I love that lemon additive to this. So we're just gonna roll and then press the ends. And we have another very good one. Okay, my friends, I have, I'm bringing this peanut oil to a shimmering heat over medium-high heat. I have my dainty dumplings under my damp kitchen towel, and they're quite lovely and elegant. I hope they stand up to this. The only reason I'm using peanut oil is because that's what I have. It has a very high smoking point, and you could use vegetable oil or canola oil, any unflavored oil, because this is not wok cooking and it's not stir frying. And what we want to do is get the shimmer and begin to lay these. You know, I'm going to use the water test. Hold on. Use the water test to see if it's up to, yeah. If it reacts like that, it's up to temperature. I'm going to put these in, as many as will fit without crowding. And I'm going to turn it down to medium. You must put them in seam side down. And we're going to fry them up like this for the first 5 minutes. And then we're going to do the combo of oil, water, lid, steaming. Oop, that's not seam size down. The second, okay. Don't have to get them all at once. There are a lot of them. Here's another one. Try to keep them apart. And maybe one there. Maybe one here. And just jiggle them a bit. And then I'm going to turn it down to medium and put the timer on for 5 because I don't want to overcook them, but I also don't want to have the interior uncooked. It probably won't take that long. And you can use a little fork or chopsticks to turn it over to see. But it's kind of like how I did the pork dumplings earlier in a previous video. This is the kind of thing you can check. And you see, I got golden brown already. Got to turn them down a little bit more. And then we're going to add the water and cover to cook the tops right away, shaking. Okay, so there's one. Cover. Two, cover. And now you can do the shaking. Turn that down. It's below medium, but it's an electric stove, so it takes a while. And this part should only take a couple of minutes. So the first part only took 3, and I have 2 more minutes left. And getting the water to boil out should take another 2, maybe less time. All right, then we're ready to plate. We have nice little dishes here, little vintage plates. And we're just gonna put these around. I think they don't have to be in any particular manner. They could be just mixed up, top and bottom showing, so you can see what's in them. And then I guess what I would do is I would add a little cup of the dipping sauce. Since I have it already made, I'm just gonna Drip, drip, drip. I think this kind of plate is made for dripping. I'll do it another way another time.